Hi, I'm Steven, the head writer and director of Raptagon Studios.
And I'm Brittany, the programmer and creative director at Raptagon Studios. And our comic, Novaborn Tale of Inpherna, is illustrated by our amazing artist, Sujung.
And we're here to talk about our comic, specifically doing a little commentary on how we made it, what our general thought process was in designing it, and we're going to start off right here with the front cover. Now, fun fact about this, we didn't actually make it at the beginning. We made it a little bit after the beginning. Mostly because we wanted to get right into the story and hadn't quite figured out the visual art style and all that, so we would sort that out as we went along. And eventually we nailed down our art style and we were able to get this lovely piece.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the biggest things for this piece is how she's breaking through the glass. And it's very, very symbolic of her life at this point. This has obviously not happened in the comic yet, for those of you who have read it. It's a future event, but as you can probably guess from reading it, she's going to be breaking out of her old world, her old life. That's very dark and dreary, as represented by this dark bluish world, and then bursting into a bright and colorful world.
But it's also symbolizing her shattering of reality as she realizes that the world is not quite as easy as she believed it would be.
Yep. Oh, she's gonna learn that. But that's spoilers. No spoilers here.
Adventuring's not as dreamy as Inpherna thought it would be.
Mm-hmm. And while we're here, we have this lovely shot of the logo. Now, Brittany designed the logo, and she also designed the type font. And it looks very lovely. Would you like to go into a little bit of your thought process of designing this logo?
Oh, you make me blush. I don't know, I just found... Well, I mean, honestly, the swirl was kind of from our first design of our company logo, because at first we wanted our company to be called Starborn, because it would be S and B, Steven and Brittany. But then Starborn became the name of Novaborn until we realized that Starborn already existed, and we found the much more intriguing name of Novaborn.
Cool name. Which has been used in some other cases, but nothing
basically
major.
The swirl was to symbolize the death of a star, a nova.
Mm-hmm. And it's also, like, brings to mind space.
Yeah.
And stuff like that.
Or, like, spiral galaxies and things like that.
And the typeface, you took another typeface and modified it for this, right?
That's right.
Made it more...
Well, it was very, like, had a lot of curviness to it, which kind of gave off the feeling of being in the ocean. But I kind of wanted to take and give it a bit more rigid
look.
I can't even say that word! Give it a more rigid look. I don't know, like spaceships in space have a lot of hard edges.
X-Wings, TIE Fighters.
Yeah.
All spiky.
Also, there's these cool little spaceship things. I guess they're not spaceships. Cool little floating chariots. Flying chariots.
That's a big one.
And a massive spaceship. That one's a cargo ship.
Floating in the background.
The spaceship has a lot of design taken from, like, medieval seafaring vessels.
Mm-hmm. So we didn't just take the regular design of a ship from, like, an old wooden ship. We wanted to morph it, so we made it more spacey. More, it would be flying in the sky. And added on some pieces to it to just give it its own unique spin. And I love these little chariots because they're like little flying pods flying through the sky. I'd want to fly through a pod if I was flying in the sky. So one of these little pod things. I think that'd be cool.
You'll also notice on the rooftops there's these Nova crystals. Those crystals power their homes and look cool, you know?
Yep, that's the big one. They look cool.
Basically, it creates a connection between the energy Nova shards and the Nova itself.
Which is in the planet.
Which is in the core of the planet, and comes out at 1 or 2 points on the surface.
Mm-hmm.
And that is where you become Novaborn.
Mm-hmm. Spoilers. Lovely. And so that does it for the first page. Lots to talk about. We didn't even talk about the armor. We're not going to get into that right now. We'll get into that later. But, yes, lovely, lovely cover art. Thank you, Sujun. And that is it for our cover commentary. If you'd like to see more, or hear more rather,
you can find out more about Novaborn on Patreon.